right. Good day, Legal Shield. How's everybody doing? I used to always say, fired up. So if y'all hear me say that, that's why. That's from back in the day. I'll just give you my story first. I'm going to take you back just a little bit before Legal Shield. It was 2001, January 1st. I'm working at the phone company. And we are making money at the phone company. The only thing I did every day was sit at the desk and say, thank you for calling Verizon. This is Clarence, Maney. How can I help you? And that was pulling 6 figures doing that. And what it was 2004, it was January 1st, and a little bit before that, like, let's say like October, November, December, I figured it out. And I figured it out so much, I'm riding in this brand spanking new BMW, and one day I'm driving to work, I go, man, this is pretty cool. What happens if I get fired? I was like, that ain't gonna happen, man. They love me. And 6 months later, I got fired. I was on a list that included also my sister as well. They included her because we were doing too good. Oh. Yeah, and that's really any company. Don't be surprised at that. You start doing really good, your name does go on the list because people go, what the heck are they doing? Right? So anyway, long story short, I got fired. That was June 23rd, 2004. I got suspended for 30 days. And then July 17th, 2004, they called me and said, yeah, let it go. You fired. So that day I woke up and said, okay, well, at least she called me. I was in bed. I guess I'll get up now. I got to get a job. So I went back to construction and all that stuff. So it was no change in finances. But I was looking for plan B. And this girl left a flyer on my car that said, get paid daily from home. Now, all I see, I got a brand new Beamer. I got pulled over in this car, this BMW. I would get pulled over by the police because it was when the 5 Series had just changed. Right. And the police wouldn't pull me over to pull me over, but they pulled me over to say, excuse me, sir, what type of car is this? And so this girl left a flyer on my car, and I'm like, oh, I hate it when people do that. How do people hate that, right? But I read it, I was like, all right, let me give it a call. Because the week before, I had just signed up. Y'all ever watch the infomercials at night and the guy if you just make a few ads and you do it, I signed up for that. That's the greatest vitamin in the world. So I was like, now what? But the following week, she left a flyer. They invited me out to the business briefing, and I went out. And this is the crazy part. The Monday before the briefing, the day before the briefing, I'm at the mall with my mother. And I'm like, all right, oh, Air Jordans. I'm gonna get a pair. How much are Air Jordans? $150. $150. My mother's like, whoa, do you have a job? I said, nice, no, I have this credit card and it's all good. There's no problem. She's like, you should just wait a little. The next day I came out to the briefing and I saw the briefing. It was Mr. Indu and Miss King did the presentation. And I was like, how much? $150, same price as Air Jordans. But this time I had a chance to make money. I looked at my buddy Kofi, he said, you in? I said, yeah, I'm in. And I signed up that night and got started. And the girl who invited me out wasn't even there, but she had to work, but she had somebody there who did it for her. Wow. So anyway, as I'm going through this, I'm making my list in my head and all that stuff, and I got home and I couldn't explain this thing until she came by the next day and she sat with us. And she showed us what it was, and we were like, oh, this is pretty hot. Now, here was the goal, because they went through the comp plan, and I'll tell you the comp plan. It was associate to ED. Associates made 60, just like today, in New Jersey. We were selling a 1095 legal and a 995 ID theft. So it was 60. Senior associates made 80. Managers made 100. Directors made 120. EDs made 153. I set my sight on director because directors made $120 and $120 after work. Everybody say after work. After work. That's pretty good. So I said, okay, I'm gonna make 1 sale a month, maybe recruit a guy, make about $1,000 a year based on that $80, which was the associate level. Right. So about $83 is what it came out to, and I was gonna be happy. Right. So let's fast forward as we're going through time. And so now, when I qualified ED, that was 2009. So it took 4+ years to qualify ED. We had built up a little bit of a team, but here's the crazy part. the team that you may start with is not the team that may necessarily get you where y'all want to go. So you really need to understand that. And when you see your friends or your family, or if they don't sign up, don't worry about it. I'll tell you about that in a few. So anyway, we qualified executive director, which was hot, but that was the last time we did that. We never did that again. Couldn't even sniff ED. Like ED, I'm telling you, man, it is hard. Get into executive director. When you don't have a team working, forget about it. Because what's that? You're doing good if you write 7 or 8 memberships on the network side by yourself. Am I right? Okay, so now to go ED, you really only need, 50 divided by 7? You need like 6 or 7 people, right, to do that. It's not a ridiculous amount of people, but God, right, that's just the way it was. But Mr. Malloy always said this, and he always did this. Your business is going to be like this. So when you start, you're here. Can y'all even see that? No? So you sign up. Yeah, my mom signed up. Whoop. Dog, she canceled the next week. Right? So now when you have at the ED level now, oh man, everything's great. Oh man, the lady I signed up canceled. It's a dip, but check out where the dip is at. Right. The first dip was right here. Right. So it's still challenges. Yeah. But anyway, so we're going along. We qualified executive director. 2009. That was it, but I like the business. I really like Legal Shield. It's not about anything else. I just like this. I go to every briefing. Yep. Let me tell you where I go to briefings at. I've gone to briefings in Jersey. I was doing 6 months. I was doing a briefing in East Hartford, Connecticut, which is 3 hours away. I've gone to the briefings in Kentucky. I've driven all these. I've driven to the briefing in Delaware. I've driven to the briefing in Philly. I've driven to the briefing in New York. I like the briefing.
Thank you.
So I keep going. I keep going to the briefing. The first event, the first big event, and how many people have not gone to the Legal Shield convention? Raise your hand if you have not. Okay, so it's a decent amount of folks. I wasn't going to no convention. I was only in it to make $1,000 in this business until Mr. Andu said, Manny, I think you should go to the briefing. So, to the convention. So I go to the convention, and that's where stuff started to change. But anyway, 2009, I'm writing memberships, I'm going to the briefings, I'm going to the Super Saturdays, I'm going to the conventions, all because I like this. And I'm qualifying director, power 20s every now and again, whatever the case is. But I received a call from a gentleman who was at the original briefing that I went to in 2004, and he was an associate. In fact, he had called me in 2003 to introduce me to Legal Shield, or prepaid legal, sorry. But I was playing Madden football with my buddy Kofi. And I said, you know what? I'm just busy right now. Call me back. He never called me back. So he saw me in 2004. He goes, because I signed up that night. But instead of being like his team, I was under Miss Balat, who I don't even know where she's at today. Right, so anyway, fast forward 2015 now. I'm in Vegas. And I get a call from this guy. He goes, hey, me and my wife just moved down to Atlanta. And we were looking for something to do. We drive for Uber right now. But we know you worked at an inspection job. Can we work with you? I said, dude, I'm about to get out of that field. I just started my own trucking company and this and that. You need to look at Legal Shield. And that particular day, we were in Vegas. They gave away $1 million in cash on the stage.
Yes, I remember that.
Kathy Penson was sitting right here, like in the back, and they had the $1 million stacked in cash. And you got the security guards there. You're not going to say, you think, oh, it's Miss Penson, how you doing? No, there was some guys there. But actually, Miss Burns' associate had sent out a picture, which I sent out to him. He got started, he and his wife, that August 1st, and a year and a half later, they qualified ED and haven't looked back ever since. Wow. Got their ring, got their Lady of Justice award, and just doing some big things as they head towards the 100 and 150K rank. So now, check this out. This is the part where you're really going to pay attention to. They were using a system that was taught to me that I taught to them that they just ramped up. Does that make sense? They weren't doing something different. They were just doing more of it. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. So anyway, by this time, coming along, I'm a director. I'm getting close to Power 20. A lot of times I am Power 20. 2016, first time we hit senior director after that ED stint. So we hit senior director, and we were senior director from basically from February through 2016 through December 31st of 2017. So we held that position because we figured it out. Does that make sense? We figured it out. I thought I had hit it, and here's the funny part, I thought I had hit it on January 31st, 2016. But this is why you want to pay attention to everything. I mean, when corporate tells you, have your stuff in it, you pay attention. Because I sat with a guy, I signed him up, paper app, I took a photo of the app, uploaded to the back office at 6:02 p.m. That had to be in at 5:59 p.m. Eastern time. Oh. And corporate doesn't care. You could be, please, man. That's a cold-hearted folk. No, listen, you got to do better next time. And that was tough. But that never happened again, I tell you that. So I'm just telling y'all, seriously, know your numbers. Know your numbers. So anyway, long story short, from February of 2016 through basically, I'll even say January 30th of 2018, senior director. But now, we had a Super Saturday. And at that Super Saturday, I told Mr. Malloy, I said, Mr. Malloy, I think we're gonna go ED next month. We got a pretty good plan. He didn't know I was part of a group. I was doing some other stuff. We had this in place. And I had reached back down into the team and reactivated some folks as well. So now, January 30th comes along. We did a PBR right before going away and this and that, and I got some people involved, and they love what they heard. The young lady who I did, this, you're gonna like this one. Recognition for the walkers on Facebook for getting their ring. A lady in New Jersey saw it and said, congratulations, I don't know what I'm congratulating you for, but great job. I reached out to her and said, hey, they just earned $50K, blah, 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 blah. She said, oh, okay. I said, can I come sit with you? I'll show you what we do. She said, sure. I went and sat with her, signed her up for a ID theft plan. She had me come back that Monday. We did a PBR, there's a few people there. One of the girls there said, I'll try it. That young lady signed up 2 people. Her third person to level up was out of Buffalo, New York, an older lady who trusted her, said, okay, I'll take that ID theft plan. She signed up. That was membership number 50. Wow. ED. Wow. That was an emotional experience. I'm in the car like, yes! Yes! And I always do something, like if something spectacular happens to me, right? I don't care where I'm at. I just did this the other day when I hit a executive director again in February, which is another one of those months, like, oh my God. So wherever I'm at, I get out the car and I go, yes! Woo! And I'm telling people, start looking, what happened? Yes! Did it! And I get back in the car now. So anyway, here's what happened. So I'm going to tell you how we did this, ready? So this, if you are taking notes, this is the only part you really need to take notes on. So with these businesses, what I'm starting to discover, it doesn't really matter if it's business or not. It's about your belief level. Yeah. So my belief level always been here, right? Just like this. In fact, Mr. Acosta said, go like that, right? A little bit higher. But check this out. This is capped. When I saw my guy get the ring, I opened that up. Uncapped. Uncapped. So belief. Now here's why belief is important. What I'm finding is that a lot of us, self-included, are trying to recruit folks or sell memberships to folks that don't even believe in what you do. Might not even believe in you. Right? So I'll give you an example. My sister, I signed up my sister again for the membership, the ID theft plan. It was paid for the year as a gift. My gift to you. Plus is a point. It was a gift. No, but check this out. So my sister later on received the, what was it? You know how corporate says, okay, time to re-up for the year. Do you want to? Blah, blah, blah. Renewal. Yeah. And she texted me, what are they talking about? How do I cancel this? This and that. You know what that made me think? I'm like, oh, she didn't even believe in the program. She might have believed in me, or else she would have said, get out my face. But she didn't believe in the program that we put out. So why the heck am I giving this pearl to her?
Yeah. That's right.
And so now, if you don't believe in me, get out my face.
That's right.
You're right. And I'm telling you, this is going to hurt some of y'all, but it's really going to help. Because that person that may be doing that to you might be somebody really close to you. You know what I mean? Like friend, family member, somebody like that. But if they don't believe in you, don't try to convince them. Just let them go. Just let them go. All right, so belief level, that's the first thing that changed. The second thing was the why. And I never really concentrated on the why too much. Right? But the why is very important. You got some people who get started in the business, they only want to make one sale a month, like me. Extra money after work, right? That's a why. That's what. But when you start going for y'all going for the ring or ED and stuff like that, am I right? Right. It's a little bit different. So here's my why now. My why is so that my legal shield income can double, triple, whatever, my job income, so that if I feel like quitting, I can quit. I'm not saying I have to quit. It's just if I feel like it. Right. And that's a big deal. So that's my why. So what is your why? Your why has to be deep. So they'll keep you in, so that when your best friend who you knew was going to join, or who says, get that garbage out my face, I've got some negative reviews, right? About exactly, right? Forget them. We don't need them, right? It's about our why. Why are we here? So we can fight through that. All right. So the why is important. Now, very closely associated with the why is the goal. What is your goal? Mr. Maney, I want to be executive director. Yeah, right. How many people did you sit with? I did one. You can't even performance club with that. Actually, you can performance club with that. Y'all want to know how you performance club with one person every month? Ready? Sell them a small business 100. How many of y'all doing that? Exactly. So if you have your goal, you just gotta have the plan for that too. And that leads us to the fourth step, which is the activity. All right, so belief, why, goal, activity. Don't come to me and say, yeah, I want to earn, like I got a guy on my team, and he wants to be performance club qualified. I said, okay, great. How many calls you made today? Oh, I did a whole lot. Oh, great. No, he didn't. He didn't do any calls. And I really asked him, I said, come on, man, be real. If you're telling me the truth, just tell me what you do today. Well, truthfully, yeah, I was at the gym, I was lifting weights, and I was with my girl, and I was doing this and that. I was like, okay, so I know why you're not hitting your goals. Right? Your activity does have to line up with your goals. Right? Number 5, master. Whatever your system is, right? You got different teams and stuff. It's all really the same system anyway, exposing people properly, professionally, right? But anyway, master that system. It is okay to master it, right? I remember playing sports. When I first started, my sport is baseball, right? So when I first played baseball, it was okay if I struck out because I was just learning. But as time went along, I had to master it if I want to move up and get better. Does that make sense, everybody? So you want to master whatever you're doing, and just through consistent and persistent activity, you will do it. Now, if you do those first 5 things I just told you right there, right? Your belief level, your why, your goal, your activity, and you master it, then the last 2 things are going to lead you to your goal, your end game, which is production. Now, pay attention to the board, just like if you're playing any game like Bid Whist or whatever. Watch the board. so that you know what you're doing. I remember I was watching a football game, and the guy was going, and he intercepted the ball, and woo, here's the end zone, woo, he threw the ball up right here. Right here, the end zone is there. Somebody else caught it.
Oh, no.
Their ball. The goal is here, man. If he had went here and then threw the ball up, it would have been okay. Right, so watch the board so that you don't have stupid stuff happen, right? But the production is going to come as a result of all that stuff you do. And last but not least, money. Now, I know when they do the presentation, they show you the money. They show it at the end, right? But they don't show you any systems, hows, and all that stuff. They just show, hey, man, if you sell a membership, you make this amount, and you EDs make this amount, so on and so forth. And so you might say, money, and that's the main thing in your goal, right? Bottom line, right? If that's the case, you might quit. Right. You might quit because when the other guy shows you his program, and hey man, you can make 5 times more than no chargebacks. You go, whoa, you do, you make good money. You might be gone, just flat out. But if you can have that as the end game, that is an end result if you keep those other things in place. That's how we got our money. That's how we were able to pull up a commission of over $17,000 in one day. That's how we had multiple $10,000 commissions, because we've had the end game in mind. So that's it. That's my time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all.